Ugh. Welcome back. I wanted to make these a little more serious going forward with the new videos I'm doing. It's been 14 years since I started a channel, but the little intro is like a little blast from the past. If you've been following me for these many years, and there's been a lot of dead space between now and then. That was me 14 years ago. Lots have changed. Originally started the channel just because, I was a new father at the time. My son was a little young, my first son. I've got two now. And just, as a new father, you wanted to catalog, just have more videos for my kids, over the years, things they can remember you by. So they have plenty of footage and stored online, free, on YouTube. So yeah, that was me 14 years ago, really young, hopefully handsome, young man back then, just young father, trying to raise a family, lift some weights, get healthy. I've always had a health problem with my high blood pressure. So lifting weights is just my favorite exercise. So I had to do something to help maintain that. Even with the blood pressure medicine, it helps maintain stable numbers, but without exercise, it would just keep climbing. The medicine alone wouldn't do enough. Yeah, it was a fun time at the time, because getting a lot of weight after I had my first son, and I want to get fit again. And I think he was already about to go to school at that time, so I had more time, and I wanted to kind of document the process, do some transformational videos and all that. And next thing you know, I did the transformation, the 2-year transformation video. Well, that kind of went viral, not quite a million views, but it got up there. People started recognizing me on the street, and I started making some money off that. But yeah, it feels kind of cringy looking at those old videos, and maybe I'll make a video about that, later on about uh, the cringiness. But yeah, so briefly, why I kind of disappeared. I started getting recognized on the street, and I didn't really use my real name at the time. It was just BigBeefMuscle. I just wanted to have like a little persona, and but that's probably going to change a little bit. It'll be a little more organic and real. But I started getting recognized on the street, and the reason I don't use my real name is I kind of like being more private. But I started getting recognized on the street, and I don't really want to be famous. And if I was, I didn't want like to be bothered too much, because at the time I was still more private. I wanted to take care of my family. I didn't want too many distractions. And then I started getting a lot of weird messages and emails, uh, and then I began to usher to church, and got baptized, and I was a young Christian at the time, so I was a little more conviction. So now I'm like older. I'm an older Christian now, so I'm a little more enlightened these days, but still learning, So now where I'm at right now is a lot of my footage was in Temecula, California, but now I've moved. It's been almost a couple of years now, probably a year and a half. I moved over to Asia. I've been back and forth to like Malaysia, Philippines, and Indonesia. Right now I'm in Indonesia, and man, I'm loving it right now. My diet's way different. Health is way different. And I think I'm like probably and I'm bigger than before. So muscular wise, and we'll go over all that in the future. And you just let me know what questions you have in the chat. Maybe I'll pull a poll up there if I can. We can always talk about my diet, my plans, Indonesia, whatever. But I never stopped training, so I've a good amount of footage over the 14 years I haven't posted on YouTube. Pretty much the training's pretty much the same. So what's different now from the U.S. and here? In the U.S., actually, I thought I was getting older, but I started getting crazy tendonitis. Of course, my elbows, which some of the older, your viewers know, I've had problems with tendonitis in the elbow. I started getting crazy like bone spurs and tendonitis in my heels. And I started getting injured a lot. And we'll talk about my injuries as well in the future because I did do a little mountain biking, and I literally would get injured so frequently. Like I can only work out maybe twice a week, whereas here I don't have an inflammation problem or tendonitis or anything. I'm working out 3 to 4 times, a week here or more. So that's a lot to cover. So why am I coming back? Well, number one reason is my family. My family wants to see, my kids are older, uh, and my wife too. She wants to see the channel come back up for various reasons. For her, it's probably more monetary, but yeah, the kids like the idea, and they saw a lot of, I'm making a lot of progress, and the kids want to document it again. They want to see on YouTube and show their friends or whatnot. So just something exciting for them. I've always been cutting videos because I'm also a full stack developer. So, I'm also advertising my business, making videos. So, it'll be fun to do, all that new experience I have making videos, editing and all that, I think the channel will grow some more, but, you know, um, I enjoy lifting weights and, I'm not so bothered about the editing, but still try not to be super famous, I guess. We'll see. But I think it's manageable here in Indonesia. It's not so bad, Temecula was a little different in the States. So here, I'm not bothered so much, and uh, pretty live a pretty nice private life here so far. But I can always pick up and move anytime, which is great. So anyway, some of you that has been following this channel were little kids, and probably some of you are like full grown adults now. Probably maybe even having a gray beard. Some of you, so no gray beard yet for me. But you know, if you're new, hope you like the video. Subscribe. There's a lot of content and material that I can put up there. A lot to catch up on. And thanks again. Thanks for watching, and come back and watch again. Thanks so much. Big Beef out. Peace.